Attention, please.
It's the Daily Dose.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Dose with
Dr. Ken
and Dr. Tin. And today we're going to talk about something that's kind of happening all over the world, actually. It's cancel culture. Have we gone too far, or have we not done enough? Do we keep canceling people when we don't like what they're saying? Do we take away their liberties? Do we take away their jobs? Do we take away friendships? I mean, how far is too far? And should we really be thinking more the lines of, mending relationships as opposed to just severing them and saying, you know what, you're done? Kendra, what do you think?
well, personally, just in light of what's going on, I personally think that cancel culture has gone too far.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to say that now cancel culture is just not, politicians who do blackface. I'm seeing it, with my friends and my community and hearing just how people talk.
Mm-hmm.
People are canceling relationships. People are cutting off friends. People are, to me, giving up on themselves, canceling themselves out. And, when things are hard or we encounter, a trial, it's like, oh, that's a sign, I'm just going to just go do something else. So in essence, canceling your goals, canceling your dreams. And I just feel that sometimes that
it just goes too far.
Yeah, I feel it goes too far.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think before we saw it with like celebrityism. We saw, public figures, just holding them accountable for their indiscretions,
which
right?
we should.
And I think we should. I think there's, that continuum where, some people should be canceled, but not everybody. I mean, I think when you go back, let's say for Kevin Hart, for instance,
okay,
he's a comedian. Comedians in general do get a lot of leeway. They can get away with saying almost anything.
But that's their job.
And that's their job. And that's fine. And I think they should. Sometimes you do have to make light of some tough things. I mean, you have to laugh
say what we're all thinking.
Or say what we're all thinking. But, he had that joke where he was a little homophobic in the joke. Now, was it too far? I don't know. Maybe if it happened 6 months ago, that's something from was it 15 years ago?
I know that we've gone too far when you're actually trying to cancel out comedians.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Second chances and cancel culture, where do we meet each other in the middle? Because people do need second chances.
And people do change.
Come on.
He apologized for it, right?
Evolve and grow. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So cancel culture and Jussie Smollett. Okay, briefly, hey, we in Chi-Town. Okay, so briefly, Jussie Smollett, an actor from Empire, and allegedly some Trump supporters harassed him and did all this horrible things to him.
It was racially and
homophobic.
Yeah.
Chicago PD spent a lot of money looking for these people just to find out he was in cahoots with friends of his, and they come up with this plot. Okay, do we give Jussie Smollett another chance as far as him acting?
Well, that's a good question. I think, do you make him pay back what he took from the city? Because that was taxpayers' dollars. They had to investigate that, and it was all a hoax. Does he have to pay that back? And if he does, is it over?
He's paying that back. But now,
I think that's it.
Is that's over? Like, there's some people saying, hell no, I don't ever want to see him in another movie.
No, it's over.
I don't ever want to have anything to do with him. If he's in a sitcom or a drama series, I'm not going to watch it. See, canceling this young man out.
I just feel like even with the Amy Cooper situation where she called 911 on a black guy who was bird watching, and
is that the Karen?
The Karen,
oh,
yeah.
That's
and she made up this whole story about him attacking her. Right. Now, that was clearly an act of violence, calling the police on a black man that could have potentially been the end of his life, or not, it could go either way. But I think it was a hate crime, so to speak. It was a hate crime against someone who was a black man. And does she now, she was fired from her job. Okay. How is she supposed to live now, make a living? Like, I just think that, there's charges, you pay the penalty, and then let's move on. There's forgiveness. Like, I think what she did was wrong. I think she should be, tried and paid a fine or community service or whatever it is. Make up a punishment, have her follow through that punishment. But I think when you start canceling people's livelihood, that is a little bit different. People make mistakes. People are living in their own worlds. They have bouts of anger and frustration. They take it out on other people, whether it's racial, whether it's just some random person that's your race, but you're just being an asshole to them. I just think people have moments, and if we're judged by our least favorable moment, then we'd all be canceled.
I would be
canceled.
Like,
so I don't know. I think that there should be some amount of forgiveness. Like you pay the fine, pay the piper,
right,
and let's move on.
But you know what I'm realizing just now, that cancel culture is analogous to the form of exile they used to do back in the day. You did something, the village didn't like it, they send you on your way. So I think that it's dangerous. And I think that we really need to look at ourselves as a society and say, hey, first, throw the first rock, because it goes to when you go to livelihood, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
I believe in second chances. And especially what you said, if you've already been held accountable by the law, but now you can't get hired because when people Google you, that's what comes up, and you may not have money to expunge your virtual record. Damn.
It's mob culture. It's like one person has a problem with it, and then everybody jumps on the bandwagon and attacks this person. And it's like, yo, we don't need all that. And I think that's very dangerous, having that mob mentality where it's like one person said one thing that they shouldn't have, or they did something that they shouldn't have. Didn't physically hurt anybody. Maybe it hurt somebody's feelings, but didn't physically hurt anybody. And then you have this mob that's like throwing stones. Get him out of here. He needs to be prosecuted. I mean, like,
and in case of Jussie Smollett, I'm thinking, from a psychological standpoint, he needs help. Think about it. Instead of us, never make a living, go get another skill. He's a talented actor, singer. But I'm thinking, damn, he needs psychiatry. He needs therapy sessions, because that's deep to put a noose around your neck.
So that's
like that.
That brings up a good point. Sometimes we take it too far. We're just like, nope, you're done, as opposed to making it a moment. Make it a moment. Learn from it. Let's talk about it. Okay, why did you do this? What was the motivation? How can we change it? What's the solution? I just think that canceling right off the bat, as opposed to having a conversation, is very dangerous. And I just think that when it comes to people's livelihood, I think you should kind of think twice about it. It's one thing when you're like a millionaire, right? It's a celebrity that it's done to. But you have people, like you said, in our everyday lives,
we got bills,
who are being canceled for something that maybe it was a joke, maybe they didn't mean it, maybe they actually thought it was true. And they're totally cut out from the pie. I just think that's kind of going too far. If you harm someone, that's different. But like, if it's just something you said, if it's something you said, something that could have been offensive or hurt someone's feelings, I think we're old enough to kind of have a conversation about it and move past it. That's all I'm saying. I think we can.
And the reason why we have to really be careful, because as a society, we're like, I'm canceled. You're canceled. Whatever, this company is canceled. But then this can bleed into our democracy. It's okay to have differences. Some people believe healthcare for all. I personally believe that. But there's some people saying, know what? I don't believe in healthcare for all. And that's okay. Should I be canceled? Should she be canceled?
So we have a discussion about it.
Exactly. But it bleeds into the fabric of what it is to be an American.
And you know what? On that note, for instance, Chick-fil-A, there have been people who kind of want to cancel Chick-fil-A because Christian company, they don't believe in homosexuality. So there was a point in time, I think, in the past where people were like, we're canceling Chick-fil-A. We're not going to Chick-fil-A. But, let's think about the bigger picture. Does Chick-fil-A employ people who otherwise would not have a job if they didn't have, let's say, a high school diploma or a college degree? Like, they're giving opportunities to some people. So if you cancel them, then you're also canceling someone's ability to make money.
Or better yet, does Chick-fil-A discriminate against people who live a certain lifestyle and wouldn't hire them?
Well, as far as I know, no, right. They employ a large number of people who don't have higher education, let's say, or people who are trying to make ends meet. So if you cancel an entire company, right, based on that one belief, then you're canceling so many millions of other people's lives as well, because we're all connected.
Right. I think it's okay if you have your own beliefs, right? We all have our own belief system. And it's not my job to tell you, support homosexuality or support abortion. But it's only a problem to the public if you're discriminating and not giving people's jobs based on color, religion, ethnicity, creed. So you bring up a good point that if you cancel a company that's $1 billion company
that's employing,
right, and that's why it's still in business, because the chicken is good. So we're
that lemonade,
you know what I mean? So we're losing money, And
we're not giving businesses to people who need jobs.
Exactly. So I think bottom line is that we got to check ourselves with this canceling culture. Don't cancel people that have been in your life forever and they make one mistake. Look at what they have done. Don't cancel yourself. You have dreams, you have aspirations, you hit a couple of bumps on the road. And let's take a look at ourselves as a society and not be afraid to hear an opposing view.
Exactly.
Okay.
We oppose each other all the time.
All day. And
it's great. I love it.
I don't cancel her. No, I want to hear it. Because when you surround yourself with people that have groupthink, liked minds, you can't really grow as a person. So let's be mindful of mob mentality. It's very important. And let's be mindful of,
forgiveness.
Yeah, let's forgive and give second chances. And remember, whatever offense that we do, let's think deeper. Maybe I might need help. On that note, this is a Daily Dose, Doctors Ken and Ten. Until next time, doses.
Attention, please. It's the Daily Dose.
I'd lighten my eye. Maybe we should have not had that light because I couldn't see shit. It was better without the light.